Scott Henry. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Now You See It. Today's program, hopefully, we're going to try to give away $50,000 in our solo round. And before we get up there, let's meet today's players. We've got Jim and Paul. Hi, Jim. How are you? How are you? Paul, how are you? Jim Riley. Now you're a student in the Marine Corps. What do you do? I'm the intelligence specialist. Intelligence specialist. At its moment. At its moment. Anything that you can tell us about? Or is it all most about it. Okay, let's go right over here and meet Paul Rouffa. Is that correct? That's right. Now, Paul has something very interesting that you can do. Why don't you just show us what it is that you do?
Draw cabs, clappers, non day or I.
You know what that is? This man talks backwards. Right?
Odd I see, Tuck.
Yes, I do. What is that? Yes, I do, sir. Well, that's good. Does that ever come in handy for anything at all?
It's great for when I'm talking to you.
Just to confuse people. No, wasn't there a contest or something you were involved in? Or
well, not with talking backwards. That was something else.
Something else.
Something else.
You want to let me off the hook and tell us what it was?
Oh, sure. That was another thing. I was the winner of the answering machine Olympics in Chicago.
Answering machine?
I am a retired Olympic champion.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, good luck to both of you on our program this morning.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good competitor. Shake hands just like that. Now let's take a look at the game board. Now you see it. Audience, we're going to let you continue to see the board, but for the players, the board vanishes. You get a look at it again after I read each question. Every answer starts with 100 points, but we deduct 15 points for every second you use trying to find the answer. Our practice. United States. What takes place between Mary and 13 seconds? Jim.
Line 3?
Line 3.
Divorce.
That's right. Divorce. Okay, you've got 85 seconds left on the clock. That now goes on to your score. This player to reach 1,000 points wins the game, then goes on to challenge a returning champion and a shot perhaps at $50,000 today. Here's the next question. Take pig livers, add fat, garlic, and brandy. Let it sit. Yes, Paul.
Line 1?
Line 1.
Pate.
Pate is the answer we're looking for. The rest of the question, you let it sit for 2 days. Whatever you got with 100 points. Okay, moving on to the next question. According to a recent survey, what percentage of prison inmates believe TV violence people did commit crime? Paul.
Line 4.
Line 4.
70.
70 is the correct answer. Another 75 points. Right, your score, you now have 175 points. Jim, you have 85. Roses are red. Violets are blue. What's a good word to describe this clue?
Line 2.
Rhyme. Rhyme. That's worth 90 points. You now have 175. What does Elizabeth Taylor carry in her makeup kit to reduce puffiness around her eyes? Paul.
Line 1.
Line 1.
Tea bags.
Tea bags is what we're looking for. That's worth now over 200. You have 225 points. In what city does a moon actually run around a building 7 times and kiss a meteorite? Yes, line 2. Line 2. Mecca. Mecca is the answer we're looking for. Of course, they believe this came from God. Scientifically, a lot of people think it's probably just a meteorite. On what planet does one season last 7½ Earth years long? Jim.
Line 1.
Line 1.
Saturn.
Saturn is right. That's worth 90 points. You now have 355 points. 1800, the cook named Mary caused an epidemic of what terrible disease? Jim.
Line 4.
Line 4.
Typhoid.
Typhoid is correct. The disease itself have 445 points. In the Hollywood Showbiz Softball League, what position does Tony Danza play? Paul.
Line 2.
Line 2.
Catcher.
Well, he's the catcher. That's worth 90 points, and you have now 315. A New England fisherman broke all records when he caught 112-pound what? Paul.
Line 3.
Line 3.
Cod.
Cod is correct. That's worth 85 points. You're moving up, and you now have 400 points. 45 points separates our two players. In Royal Wedding, a cameraman was strapped to a chair and turned upside down to make Fred Astaire look like he was dancing on what? Jim.
Line 3.
Line 3.
Ceiling.
Dancing on the ceiling. Very famous number in the movie. That's worth 90 points. You now have 535 points. And we're at the end of the first round. When we come back, we'll have a new board. More questions right after this. Stay with us. Guys are very good. What if you have to do? What do you do? Oh. Welcome back to Now You See It. Jim, you're in the lead with 535 points, and Paul has 400 points. I want to ask Paul something, though, before we get on to the next game board here. Answering Machine Olympics. What was that? Was the contest that you had the best answer?
It was a local DJ in Chicago would call people up.
Well, you won. So what was how did you...
Mine was a public service announcement on the full warning signals of listening to answering machines. It seemed leading to words to Mambo.
I guess in Chicago, they had them roll around the... I guess it was okay. That won first prize? Yeah. Yeah. How many contestants? Not very many. And goes on to meet a returning champion. We've got the biggest jackpot that we've ever had on Now You See It. It's $50,000 in the solo game. Maybe one of you two guys will have a chance at it. Let's take a look at the new game board. Here we go. And the first question. In a commercial jingle sound, does an Alka-Seltzer make just before two? Paul.
Line 2.
Line 2. Plot. That's what we're looking for, and that's what we now have 495 points, closing the gap. Speaking of Alka-Seltzer, what singer could have used one after eating... Jim. Line 2? Line 2. Presley. If Elvis Presley was after eating a breakfast of 5 banana splits. You believe that? What would you be going to see in Peru if you went... Jim. Line 4? Line 4. Late. That's correct. It's late, and that's worth 50 points, and you now have 180 points. What can you washing machine or a belly button? Jim, line 1? Line 1 is incorrect. Paul, I'll repeat the question for you, then you can buzz in. Can you find a washing machine or a belly button? Yes, Paul. Line 1. Well, this is what we're looking for. Okay, you now have 195. What's the ball team gifted retiring to... Paul. Line 4. Line 4. Lakers. Lakers is correct. What did they give Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? They gave him a Rolls Royce and a tennis court for his home in Hawaii, and you now have 695 points. Real close game, 10 points separate the two, and you're in the lead now, Paul. According to Sally Ride, no matter how miserable astronauts must during a flight, they must never talk about feeling what? Jim. Line 1? Line 1. 6. That's correct. You did that too. That's 85 points on the year score. Brings your total up to 270. Also, we would have accepted Air 6. After a 13-year silence, what clown closed the last... Paul. Line 4. Line 4. Clarabelle. That's correct. Closed with Goodbye Kids after never speaking. Clarabelle the clown. You now have 795 points. Jim, you have 770 points, but that sound means that we're running out of time. So we're going to double the point values on every question. And the first player to reach 1,000 wins the game. So we start with 200 points in this question. What only spot on your entire body where your skin is only 2/1000 of an inch thick? Jim. Line 1. And 1 is incorrect. To repeat the question for Paul. What's the only spot on your entire body where your skin is only 2/1000 of an inch thick? Yes, Paul. Line 2. Line 2. Eyelid. Eyelid is what we're looking for. That's 180 points. Score takes you to 975. You're 25 points now, Paul, away from a win. In London, Big Ben is not the name of the clock, but rather the what? Jim. Line 4? Line 4. Bell. That's right. It's the bell. 170 points takes your total now to 940. Jim, you are 80 win. Paul, you're 25 points away from a win. Now, for the very first time, a beautiful woman in the Soviet Union can go to school to become a what? Paul, for the win. Line 3. Line 3. Paul, come on over and join me. Jim, stay right there. Thank you very much for playing. Best of luck in the future. We got a nice parting gift for you. Now, in just a moment, Paul, that win was good for you because you're going to have a chance to take on a returning champion, and one of the two of you will have a chance today to play for $50,000. Not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. We'll be back with that and more right after. Could be half of Hollywood. To find a word associated with the category taste control. Ready? Go. On. Crispy. All right? That's Julie Crispy. Be another 52, but we're going to go with Julie Crispy. Now, give me five more names. I don't know what I said. In 20 seconds, and you get the money. Great. These are women who have dated Warren Beatty. Ready? Go.
Line 2, Wood.
That's
Line 2, Collins.
That's 2.
Line 3.
That's 3.
Line 3, Bergen.
That's 4. There's one more.
Line 4, Hill.
Incorrect. One more.
Line?
Ooh, okay, the buzzer. Okay. These are women who have dated Warren Beatty. I'll recap the answers that Paul found for us. He found Christie, Wood, Cullen, Keaton, and Bergen. There's one more name on our board. You find it, you got the money. Ready? Go. Guess what? 9-4, Philip. That's correct. You got them all. Okay, so you're on the board with $200. Remember, only the winner will get to see 10 months. The player to reach $1,000 wins the game, then goes on to the solo round. New board and a new category. Playing for first for control. Ready? Go. Hey, music. Music. That's it. 5 more words up there. Give you 500. Now that. Things you hear on the radio. Ready? Go. Line 1. 1. Line 3, Silk. Line 4, News. 3. Line 4. 4, one more. Line 3, Ads. $500 grab. Here's our new board and a new category. Horses on television, and we're playing for $400. You're shaking your head. Why would I do this? For control. Ready? Go.
Line 1, Buttermilk.
Buttermilk. We're looking for 5 more in 20 seconds, and you'll be on the board with $400. $100 separating the two of you. If not, Rat here would have a lot of money. Horses on. Ready? Go.
Line 2, Scout.
1.
Line 3, Silver.
2.
Line 3, Copper.
That's 3.
Line 4, Champion.
That's 4. There's one more.
Oh, dear.
Hey, clock that there, okay? These are horses on television. Brad, I'll recap the answers Paul found. Scout. Silver. And Champion. Horses on television for $400. Yes, 19. And, okay, you got it. Now, you got $100. Line and name as quickly as you can. Good. New board, and we're playing for $500. And the category is tool chest. Tool chest, okay? For the win, as far as Brad's concerned, because that, of course, put him way over the $1,000. So, Paul, I don't need to remind you at all. You know what the stake is. Okay, ready? Go. Brad. Hammer. That's one of the things you find in the tool chest. You up to the solo take home an extra $50,000. Ready? Tool chest. Go. Line 1. 1. Line 2. Line 1, nail. 3. Line 3, red. 4. There's one more. Line 4, nut. You got it. Paul, I got to tell you, Brad is a tough competitor. You played a fine game, and we do have some nice parting gifts for you. And continue to speak. Now,
Thanks, sir.
for you, that means the chance back up to the solo game board. Today we're going to have a chance of playing for $50,000. See what happens? Okay. Oh boy, here we go, here we go. Welcome back to Now. We're about to play our solo game. Today we're going to be playing for $50,000. And if you didn't know, Brad showed us on the first show, you have a little lucky baseball because he also is the umpire, and it prevented you from getting hit in the eye.
Yeah, like took a fastball in the mask.
Well, so far, I would say it's been pretty lucky for you, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you've got a nice big jackpot up there. So if you're all set,
Oh, I'm ready.
you're all set. Okay, let's take a look at our solo game board. Now you see it, Brad, and now you don't. I'll be asking you 10 questions. You have 60 seconds to find as many of the answers as you can. We pay you $100 for every correct answer. You find all 10 of the 50 on this show. As soon as you find an answer, circle it with the electronic pencil. Then, if there's more time, I'll... Best of luck. Here's the game board, and the clock begins after I ask the question. Benedict Arnold was a famous one. Crater, right. Part of a house, like a lanai. A company that makes hair coloring. Carol, right. One who hated wire. Crawford, right. creamy-filled pastry. He's saying, I am woman. An acid that knows how to spell release. Go ahead. Right. Good. The relative honored in June. Part of a house like a lanai. First, right. Cream-filled pastry. Declare. Right. He's saying woman. Ready. Right. The relative honored in June. Dad. No. That's right.
I thought it was Mom. I took his dad, no money for it. And I told Dad away. What a dick.